Hi there, I'm Janine, and this is my podcast that I welcome you to, that I invite you to listen to every morning for a few minutes to inspire you, maybe just as you wake up or on your way to work, with little tidbits of wisdom, of experiences I have gathered along my path, and that I'm here to share with you, to help you be better than you were yesterday and to make the most out of today. And this is episode 223. Why? Children ask why a lot because they want to learn and understand. I used to ask why a lot, even as an adult. I always had questions and I was never afraid to ask. I wanted to learn. The person I asked most was myself. Why did he respond this way? Why does she never ask me? Why didn't I see this coming? And why did I think this would work out? I'm a pragmatic person. The world has to make sense to me, and so do the people in it. By asking why enough times, I thought I could figure it all out. Somehow, with enough logic and reason, with knowledge in the field of psychology, with sufficient life experience, at some point, I will understand why it went this way. I analyze it, I break it down, and I take it apart, and eventually the answer will come clear. But the older I get, the less I ask why. Asking why never gets me where I want to go or what I'm looking for. Children get away with it, but I find that asking why increasingly gets me more of what I don't want, and it leaves me with more questions than I started out with. People get offended. Instead of an answer, they ask why back. Why do you want to know? Suddenly, I'm in a defense seat, having to explain why I asked why, and I'm left with more whys. Why did I even ask? Why did she respond this way? And why can't we communicate? People feel attacked. They get flustered like they're in front of a judge, or silent. They divert from the subject, trying to avoid having to answer. Unexpected responses and reactions that have me wondering, hanging and unclear. And I'm left with more whys. Why such a response? Why couldn't I let it go? Why can I never ask? Some people make you feel little. You really don't know this? You have to ask? Isn't it obvious? Again, the context twisted, the original intent lost, and still no answer. Instead, more questions. Plus, a small pain in my heart. Why am I so stupid? Why can't I just be quiet? Why am I even here? Almost every time I ask why, I immediately regret having done so. Whys don't go anywhere. Whys only produce more whys. And sometimes they bring hurt, confusion, and frustration. The reaction, the answer, the consequences of asking why can be harder to deal with than not knowing why. The same applies when I ask myself why someone did or didn't do something. Asking myself why kills me. It robs me of my valuable time because there are always hundreds of possible whys to a question I ask myself. It sends me first into a tailspin and then into the infamous downward spiral because the answers to my own whys get increasingly worse. Asking myself why is pointless. Trying to isolate one answer out of hundreds of possible scenarios and then still not sure that I picked the right one. It's a waste of time. I ask why with the hope it will bring peace of mind. But the affairs of others cannot be answered in our own mind, no matter how many times we ask why. They only bring more questions, assumptions, and then expectations. So I stopped asking why. Answering my own whys are just illusions that keep me trapped. Asking other people why leads to disappointment. So I ended it. And I found peace. Instead of clinging to possible answers, then changing my reactions and behaviors in accordance with imagined scenarios, only to end up confused and with more questions, My mind is now free. I let the why go. It doesn't matter. The answer to why is simple. For all reasons. All the reasons I know and all the ones I don't know. In this moment, all reasons count, conceivable and inconceivable. Accept it. Let be. Don't try to make it fit into your mind. This is all there is. Sometimes the answer to why comes by itself. Sometimes sooner, sometimes later. But when you have not clouded your mind with illusionary answers, the real answer has space to unfold. Why will sometimes present itself when you least expect it. It will show up quietly, when you have forgotten all about it, when you're having fun and living life. Suddenly, there's clarity to this question that tormented you so much. Don't waste valuable time or mental peace of mind asking and wondering about others. When you find yourself guessing, predicting, forcing an answer, let it go. Take a deep breath and tell yourself, for all the reasons I know and don't know. Liberate yourself from the obsessive need to know why. It's not important. Live your life, accomplish your goals, and don't waste your time wondering about the whys of others' affairs. Much love, my friends.